Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Uh, Today is Sunday, October 19th. It is currently 10:50 p.m. So in this video, I'm just going to go over the watch list for this upcoming trading week. We've been futures has been open for almost almost 5 hours now. I did catch a little downside trade earlier on NQ that I will go over, but I just want to go over all my important levels for the week. Um, and yeah, let's get right on to see what the watch is for the week, what I think is coming up, and yeah, so we'll go over NQES and then a couple individual tech names. Obviously, I'm just gonna go over like kind of the biggest names that are in the Nasdaq and the S&P. So first off on this NQ chart, um, kind of interesting. If we drop onto a weekly time frame, we have this big downside move from not this past Friday, but 2 Fridays ago. 1,200 points in one day, a 5% equity move in one day. This week we did form a little bit of a kind of like an inside bar or a pause bar, however you want to refer to it. Um, and yeah, so this week we are opening above last week's close. So it's bullish sentiment right off the bat. But in my opinion, for continued upside, obviously we're gonna have to get above this week's high. Um, First off, we got to get a previous week high at like 25, 180, 25, 200, and then we got to get up to this 25, 400 level, which is all-time highs, which is also this week's high, and also just kind of that range that we are in, and I'll show the daily range here. This daily range that we're in is just this range between 24 400 and this 24 150. That is our range. If you want to get a little bit tighter, it's kind of this like 24 400 and this 25 180 is kind of exactly the kind of more realistic range that we're in. This anomaly tariff announcement day. It's created some great volatility in some wide ranges, which have been great to trade off of. But overall, this chart is clearly still bullish. You go on the 4-hour time frame. You got lows. You're making just consistently making higher highs and higher lows. Um, in here, low, high, equal low, higher high, higher high, and this could just be another macro higher low on the daily time frame. It's going to be the same thing on the 4-hour time frame. You have that previous low, you got that new high, and now you got that higher low. It's a big higher low, but there's a couple other things that I do see on this chart. Short term, I do see us forming a nice little for our head and shoulders. That could come into play if we lose this 24 4 if we reject off this 25 like 100 25 180 area and then reject and lose this 24 400. That would be the head and shoulders because we do have like picture perfect neckline here at this 24 400, which is what I'm seeing. Oh, sorry, dogs are brawling in the background here, but we'll keep it pushing. So that's what I'm watching. I do think that Head and Shoulders playing out and losing this 24 400 is big. If we drop down to the hourly time frame here, this is where it's still like I said, the chart structure is still just bullish here. We had this low double bottom. We did even sweep out this low a little bit, and now we just ripped. If we reclaim this 25 180, that is the top long watch in my opinion. We reclaim this 25 180. The next small level here is the 25 250, and then after that is all-time highs. So that is a trade that I am looking to take. above that 25 180. For shorts, I do believe if we get below this 24 675 down here, that is good short opportunity. This was that pivot on Friday session. If we go look back on Friday session, overnight and in pre-market, we had these bounces of 675, and then during the day, what did we do again? Came down right after market open, tested it, ripped, rejected off these highs, and then came back down, tested it again, ripped, and came right back into these highs. So that I think is going to be a key inflection point for maybe even Monday session. I mean, with how wide these ranges have been, we can easily reject, you know, several hundred points overnight. All it takes is one Trump tweet or something along those lines to get us cruising downwards or upwards. You know, if he announces a China deal or any kind of anything else crazy that can happen there. So yeah, but short watch would be below this 24 675 in kind of like a little bit more of like a macro scale for uh, continued downside. I do think if we lose like tonight, if we lose this 24 975, we can get down to this 24 850 area. And also tonight, I do think if we get over this 25 100, we can see this 25 180. So that might be watched for tomorrow's session specifically. But overall, if we want to see continuation in either direction, we're going to have to see a break above this 25 180 for a move back into all-time highs and maybe even a PDM move over all-time highs, a price discovery move. But I want to see this lose this 675 and then this 24 400. We can look for an initial demand bounce, and then after that, I would like to see failures back into this Friday low, where that would be my area to slam a demand bounce 100% positively. If we get down there, I will take a bounce. But yeah, that's what I got on the NQ chart. Move over to ES. ES is we're range bound, like I said, but I mean these ranges are so wide, it's incredible. I mean it's great trading conditions. It's tough. You definitely have to size down a little bit, or not a little bit. I mean our ATR is so expanded right now that if you were trading on a mini, you can trade 5 micros and you can make the same. I mean like you can't be looking for 20-point moves and with 20-point stops, or even 30-point moves with 20-point stops. Like if you have a 20-point stop, you can get wicked out within 10 seconds of entering with the volatility that this market has been providing recently. So on ES's chart, I do think that the key level here is this 67.50 to 67.66. I do think that that's kind of the key pivot area for this week, for upside, I should say. ES does look a little bit more bearish than NQ in my opinion. ES, as you can see here, it kind of has been forming like this little downtrend. It's been forming lower highs, and on NQ chart, where this was a double bottom, ES actually lost this low, made a new lower low, and if we form another lower high here at this like 726, 730 area, I mean that could look good for downside. If we reject off here and then get back below 6700, now the more I look at this, the more ES definitely looks weaker than NQ did. But ES, if it gets above that 67, 65 area, it's headed back into all-time highs, 6,800, 6,815. If we get below, I mean it's hard to tell, but if we get below 6,700 on ES, you can take a short. This like 66.40 area is kind of the equivalent to like that 24,670 on NQ. This is that inflection point from Friday's session. Back below 66.40 brings us back down to 65.70, 65.70. Lose that, get back to like the 6,500 area. 65, really 65.40, 6,500 is still pretty far down from that point. But yeah, that's what I'm watching on ES's chart. Apple, I just want to go over this. Apple really just, I mean, it's another higher low here, and then another higher low, and paired with a higher high here. So I think Apple, just drew a line. Apple, if it gets above this 23, 253.50, that looks good for longs. AMD, AMD has been the strongest name in the market ever since that news. I mean, you see that news from the beginning of October. AMD to this point has made a 40% equity move. Um, Nvidia chart is kind of ugly in my opinion, but it does seem a little bit on the weaker side here. Just been forming lower highs, high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I mean, or I should say lower low, lower potentially lower high here at 184, and 184 is this previous pivot point that we are looking for longs off of for so long. Um, but yeah, that is my watch list for this upcoming trading week. I am getting very close to some alpha futures payouts, so we'll gotta stay disciplined this week, and we should be able to get some payouts from alpha. But yeah, that's what I'm watching this week. Have a safe trading week, everybody, and trade smart, trade safe, and let's try and kill it this week. See you guys.